Hi, I'm Kate with For the Love, and today we're going to talk about coordinating conjunctions in our Learning to Write program. To get started, I'm going to click on the topic from our table of contents. The first thing you see is a teacher list of coordinating conjunctions. Now, to be honest, your students do not need to use or even know about all of these conjunctions necessarily, but they are all here for your reference. First, we're going to use conjunctions between subjects. Our sentences can have more than one subject as long as both subjects are doing the same action. We can link subjects using a conjunction. The two conjunctions we usually use to link subjects are and or. So from that semi-long list of conjunctions that you just saw, the only two that we're going to focus on for using conjunctions between sentences are and or. In the chart, students are given two subjects and a verb phrase, and they are going to have to add and or to the sentence in a way that makes sense to explain. Are both subjects doing an activity? That would be and. Or is only one of them doing it and we're not sure which one? That would be or. Students can fill these out. Here is a sample answer key. There are different ways to answer each or to complete each part of the chart. Once students have completed the chart, they are going to practice using conjunctions to combine subjects. So they're going to use and or. Notice that I have only given the subject and verbs. Students can add more. We have learned so much already. We have learned about adjectives, prepositions, objects. They can have all of those parts of speech in their sentences, but this is the bare minimum that they need to do. They need to have two subjects, one conjunction, and a verb. Any extra information they want to learn that they can do correctly because of lessons we've had in the past are wonderful. Here are some sample sentences where we have used and or to combine two subjects in a sentence. Next, we're going to use conjunctions between verbs. So we use conjunction between verbs when the subject is doing two things. Again, we are only going to use and or as conjunctions at this time. So in this chart, we have a subject and then we have two different verbs. Now the subject can be doing both of the verbs. We would use and to show that. Or they can be doing one of those verbs, but we don't know which one it is. In that case, we would use or. For some of these, it's only going to make sense to use and. In some of them, you can have a choice between and or. Here is a sample answer key with suggested answers. When they have finished the chart, they can write sentences using conjunctions to combine verbs in a sentence. Notice again that just the subject, conjunctions, and verbs are given. Students can add adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, any of the parts of speech we've already learned in order to give more information and write more interesting sentences. Here are some example sentences where we use a conjunction to combine two verbs. The last thing we can do with conjunctions is combine two simple sentences to make a compound sentence. It says we can combine sentences using conjunctions too. Compound sentences are two simple sentences linked by a comma and a coordinating conjunction. The coordinating conjunction are fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Again, you can use all of these, but we don't typically use all of them in our writing. The ones that you want to make sure your students can use are and, but, or, and so. So here in this activity, your students are given two simple sentences, and they need to pick a coordinating conjunction to combine them into one sentence. Notice that I have put a comma after simple sentence one. That is an important part of writing a compound sentence. Students are going to need to put the comma in the place of a period after the first simple sentence, then add the coordinating conjunction, and then have the second simple sentence that ends with a period, exclamation point, or question mark. Here is a suggested answer key. These do not have to be the coordinating conjunctions that your students use. Once students have completed the chart, they are ready to write sentences on their own. Notice that I have given you several simple sentences, and then the conjunctions. Students are going to combine two simple sentences into one compound sentence using the comma and the coordinating conjunction. And that is everything on coordinating conjunctions for this lesson.